You're hired. Each says, to the highest instances in the crowd, one says. It's fantastic to be in New York City. For a second, I thought I was in Glendale. It's about time. Times Square should always be filled for April 24th. Got it? You guys hear me on this? Listen to me. Less than 2 days ago, a promise that Kirk Kerkorian made before he died took place. And he spent $100 million to tell the story, to capture the hearts and minds of Odars everywhere with the story, with the narrative of the Armenian Genocide. And he did it, and it came out this weekend, and that was no coincidence. To Kirk, I say bravo, and you kept the promise. For all of you who are here today, you're here today to keep the promise. We've got over 100 years of people not keeping the promise. We have over 100 years in the last administration, for instance, of people promising anything to get elected, and when they got elected, they broke the promise. They told us they would say the word, the G word, genocide, and then all of a sudden they forgot and they had temporary amnesia. We have a current administration that deals and actually congratulates the current dictator of Turkey and tells him, wonderful, when you erode human rights, when you erode a democracy, and doesn't even respond at all, because they deal in an alternative world, in an alternative universe with alternative facts. Let me tell you what the facts are. 1.5 million Armenians were killed. They were killed systematically as a result of a plot that was instituted by the Turkish government, and the Turkish government has spent 102 years covering that up, denying that, and spending tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to perpetuate that cover-up. That is not keeping the promise, that's breaking the promise. Understand that. Understand that we can elect politicians who will break their promise year in, year out, and we're never going to get anywhere. We'll be sitting here preaching to the choir. What you need to do, what all of the young people need to do, it's not for our generation anymore, it's for your generation. And it's for your generation to go outside of the political process. It's for your generation to use social media. It's for your generation to create a movement. It's for your generation to make sure that the world never forgets. And when Odars ask you and they say, why does it matter some genocide that happened 102 years ago? Why does it matter that we remember? Why does it matter if we hold the Turks accountable? Well, it matters right now. And it matters because if in the same part of the world, the identical cities that our ancestors fled to, we have that same genocide going on. We have the same Christians being slaughtered, and the world turns their back to it. If we don't keep the promise, if you as a next generation don't keep the promise, we're doomed to repeat this. And so remember, one of the things that I think every good Armenian man carries, and maybe every Armenian female, has on their wall is a quote from William Saroyan. You know which quote I'm talking about? It's the one where he said, I should like to see any power of the world destroy this race, this small tribe of unimportant people whose wars have all been fought, postscript, and lost. Postscript, no, we won in Artsakh. Whose structures are crumbled. Postscript, Mr. Saroyan, not any longer. We're taking our churches back. We're getting restitution. And whose literature is unread. No, it isn't. Not anymore. We've got great literature and great authors whose music is unheard. Tell that to System of a Down. Tell that to capital cities. And whose prayers are no more answered. I will tell you right here, our prayers are answered on a daily basis. Because to quote that line from The Promise. Our best revenge is not to survive. Our best revenge is to thrive. And thrive we have, and don't forget it. Keep the promise. I applaud all of you. Keep the promise.